Hello, this is Richard Willing, Part 4, Break with the Past, Introducing the Great Merchants. In our previous podcasts, there is the astonishing proposition that modern central banking has its roots in the temples of the Old Testament and the felony larceny that financed the exodus leading to that temple. The transition from temple to bank is signified by a shift in collective cultural consciousness known as killing of the firstborn. At this time, the structure for human thought seems to have been changed. It was possible for new ideas, such as perpetual debt, money at interest, and financial swindle like stock exchanges, to enter what has been an area of human thought previously closed or unknown. Julian Jaynes implies that the gods had a sort of telepathic control of human thought before the Exodus. The Exodus saga introduces the Levites, who were the administrative and intellectual leadership elite of the Exodus cohort, to be responsible for the Jerusalem temple. In addition to the Levites, there is the introduction of 273 men who were more than Levites. We can, by accepted biblical typology, interpret these 273 men to be the originators of what we now see as a brain trust. These, in their current evolution, give us central banking, perpetual debt, mortgages, and stock exchanges. Legend has it that this cohort of 273 men begins with a blood oath. In legend, they are known as the egregore. This probably signifies the mental synapse that recognizes the potential of banking as a distinct function in society. The introduction to the egregore is in page 100 of my book, The American Caliphateof BIZWOG, The Final World Order. It is a conviction of the egregore that money debt must pay interest. This is quite the opposite of the founding Christian tradition. According to the Lord's Prayer, as the founding doctrine of the tradition, one must reject systems of money based on debt. In addition to the advent of the egregore out of the 273 men who were more than Levites, we can see in biblical lore the saga of great merchants. These can be recognized by the term holpen. This signifies helper. The holpen, signifying helper, can be related as a thought form by the synaptic minds of the Exodus larceny. We can see these evolving to give us the great corporations of commerce that are called great merchants in Bible text. The contemporary modern great corporations of commerce, then called great merchants, share a worldview that is narrowly focused on goods and markets. While the egregore of banking focus on credit money, the great merchants view the world in terms of merchandise, its turnover or sale, money prices, profits, and market share and gross revenue. They view the human condition as consumers, as just business. The holpen differ significantly, but are totally interdependent with the egregore, as they both thrive from exchange. The difference is in worldview. The great merchants focus on interpersonal transactions. The egregore is unique with its focus on the human imagination. The egregore propose and cause people to believe that money, unlike anything else on the planet, can grow without air, earth, water, or sunlight. If we were to speculate on the outcome and perhaps the intent of the Exodus saga, it would be in creating the mass belief in the dogma that money, in the custody of the egregore, can grow. Money is growing without air, earth, water, or sunlight. This belief, of course, is the central belief of religion of modern banking systems around the world. The migration of the egregore and the great merchants around the globe has collided with a contrary thought. The contrary thought rejects the egregore and holds that money and finance and markets must exist to serve people. The egregore and the great merchants, on the other hand, desire that people exist to serve capital and its many measures. This conflict has taken form in 2 world wars, mainly against the Germans, who were discovered as favoring the idea that capital exists to serve people. At this point, we advise caution of reason and inquiry, because the nature of this conflict is concealed in the propaganda antipathy for anything related to the party and leadership and economic achievements of Germany during Adolf Hitler's time as Chancellor. I'm Richard Willing, and until next time, I'm looking forward to your comments and suggestions. Thank you very much.